Hi everyone, let's talk about WWE Friday Night SmackDown from January 24th, 2025. This was the go home show for Saturday night main event. Let's talk about it, guys. The show opens with the suits mentions of talent arriving at the arena, and Joe P is in the ring to interview Cody Rhodes, who makes his entrance and says HBK Shawn Michaels is in the perfect mentor for the contract signing, and for the winner of the two Royal Rumble ladders match, Spears insists of the future of WWE through NXT, and he has no problem handling his title belt over to him. He puts Kevin Owens over as a genius in the ring and a genius IQ and a once in a generation superstar. But what hurts is that 10 times of 10 he will choose the easy way out, but that's why a ladder match is just no disqualification, no pinfalls, no interference, just who has the grip to climb a ladder and receive the title. And he could look Kevin Owens in the eye. I was thinking he could look Kevin Owens in the eye right now, and he said, "Yeah, maybe." He smiled and shook hands and appeared to be a good guy because that's who he's trying to be. And do not forget that he beat Gunther and he beat Roman Reigns, and he's the grandkid of a plumber, but he's also a study of Randy Orton. And before anyone loves the American Nightmare, he was as mean as he gets, and he'll punch Kevin Owens in his car and simply puts good luck. Then we had pretty deadly chat with DIY backstage, and Johnny Gargano apologized for not being able to be at ringside for their match, but pretty deadly says they feel like they're not getting their end of the Suits Troll suit, and Tommaso Ciampa tells them to handle their business, and John tells them to do whatever it takes. Yes, boy, and they essentially run into the Tesla, the Tasma. You know what I'm saying? They essentially run into the Tesla, the Tasma after DIY walks off, and Santos Escobar just smiles at them, and then the Mortar Machine Guns make their entrance to send us to break. And then back from the break, we see Matthew, Matthew, some famous guy, Matthew, that is a really freaking guy. I know this guy really, really well in movies. He's a really good movie actor. I like him. Matthew McConaughey, Constancy, I can't pronounce his last name. In front crowd, he was a movie actor, guys. And then we had Mortar Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin facing pretty deadly, Prince and Wilson. Prince and Chris Sabin to start collar and elbow into the corner, and Prince with a dirty break with a front kick up and over, and Chris catches him with a pair of arm drags, but he gets a leg sweep fell and splashes him with a kick, and Wilson in and Morgan Machine Guns take over. Double flip jack cuts him off for a near fall, and Chris Sabin out to the floor, and Pretty Deadly turns to the side and chucks him over the timekeeper's barricade, and Alex Shelley comes over to save his towel as we go to break, and then back on the break, Alex Shelley makes the hot tag and goes to town and DDTs, 2 for 1, and 2 for 1 for two, and tags to Chris Sabin and sliding dropkick in a cinch top and takes Pretty Deadly out, and Skull and Bones decide to cinch Guns, Buster, DDT, tags to Prince, a cinch Bulldog, no good, and back and forth, and some back seat spots from Mortar Machine Guns and Wilson on the wrong side of town, and Mortar Machine Guns won by pinfall with a Skull and Bones for the win, and that's how they defeated the Pretty Deadly, and that's how the Mortar Machine Guns defeated Pretty Deadly, guys. Then Nick Aldis meets with The Miz in his office, and The Miz pulls over Joe T, but he says his interviews are no Miz TV, and asks if there's no why that there's. Oh, speaking guys, no Miz TV, and asks if there's why Nick Aldis brought him here, and Nick Aldis says he's here because he's on SmackDown now, and welcomes him to Team Blue. As Miz gets a sense distressing, realizing he's on the same brand as the Wyatt Six again. And Nick Aldis tells him to make some new friends and fast. And so we go to break, and then back from the break, commentary hypes up Saturday night main event. We get a hype reel for Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. Then Kevin Owens comes to ringside and yells at goatee and asking him where his interview is and saying he almost missed Michael Cole and he cuts a promo about how he's going to win the Royal Rumble. I was thinking how he's going to win at how he's going to win at the Royal Rumble and defeat Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed title, guys, and confront Matthew, the movie actor, guys, and teasing him with a sports revenge, and then Jimmy Uso makes his entrance, and Kevin Owens asks him what he wants, and Uso says it's because he talks too damn much and clocks him with the microphone before brawling with him and laying him out with a super kick. And Jimmy Uso rolls up top, but Kevin Owens runs away. And Jimmy Uso says things get weird in Austin, so let's get weird tonight and challenge Kevin Owens to a match tonight. Then Pepper Nevin opens the door and waves Chelsea Green through, and we go to break. And then back from the break, we see some pro roll riders with a cinch belt buckle championship in the front row. Then Carmelo Hayes meets with Nick Elmas and complains that he lost his match against Jimmy Uso, and Nick Elmas says they'll make it up to him next week, which we'll talk about that after this review from in a bit, guys. We'll be talking about that in a bit. So I'll say that again, guys. So Nick Elmas says he'll make it up to him, and like I said again, guys, which we'll talk about that on the next SmackDown review, which I'm going to do after this one. And for him tonight, and Carmelo Hayes says he wants to see the guy first, and Nick Elmas says if he's just sticks around, he'll get to meet him. And Carmelo Hayes is into it because he's going to show Jude how it goes around here. Then B-Fab and Mia Yim versus Chelsea Green and Pepper Nevlin, which was a decent tag team match, guys. We'll be talking about it right now. Mia Yim and Pepper Nevlin start, and Green tagged in on the rope assist, and Mia Yim drags her in by a finger kill switch. Decides Big Chop in the corner, and Mia Yim twerking, and Pepper Nevlin up on the apron running interference, and Chelsea Green takes advantage and snapping off a suplex for a near fall and standing on Mia Yim's hair and surfboard, and Mia Yim cuts her off with a kick, and she tags Pepper Nevlin in, and Pepper Nevlin cuts Mia Yim off and meets with kicks rolling away from a suicide and crawling tags made V-Fab duck a lariat and elbows big slap and reverse roundhouse kick in the corner and whips across into a boot, and Pepper Nevlin runs in a cinch at the junction, and she swears she's going to fix it, and blind tag black hole slam on B-Fab, and kill switch counters. Mia Yim gets her, and that's how B-Fab and Mia Yim pinned her, and that's how she defeated her, and Mia Yim did the soul food on Chelsea Green, and that's how they defeated them. And I'll say again, B-Fab, and Mia Yim win by pinfall with soul food from Mia Yim on Chelsea Green. Then we go back to Nick Elmer's office as Damian Priest arrives to be the newest member of the SmackDown roster, and Carmelo Hayes is shot and upset, begged off, and Damian Priest says he's here to work and ready to first, and Carmelo Hayes stuff and walks off. Then Tiffany Stratton is shown walking backstage to send us to break, and then back from the break we get a return vignette from. We're back from commercial. We're back from commercial again, and we get a return vignette for Charlotte Flair. We get a vignette for Charlotte Flair. Then Tiffany Stratton makes her entrance and says she's not worried about the Royal Rumble in a sense because whoever wins will be running on Tiffany's time. And then Rhea Ripley comes out. Guys, and she says she knows Tiffany is still a little bit new here, but she's a women's champion too. So champion to champion, she's kind of want to say she respects what she did to Nia Jax, but it's not going to appear to what she's going to do to her tomorrow night. Saturday night main event, which we'll be talking about that later as well. Then Nia Jax, she declares for the Royal Rumble and says she's going to win and take her title back. Then we have Bianca Belair and Naomi, and Naomi says the ring's filling up real quick, but that's why they come here to say that she's entering and winning the Royal Rumble. And Bianca Belair says she likes the effect for one thing, she's entering and she's going to win, and they agree that one of them is going to win, and that's all that matters. That matters between her and Naomi and Bianca. They said that it doesn't matter that all that matters is one of them winning, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Then Liv Morgan flanked by Raquel Rodriguez, and Liv Morgan runs them all down, saying Rhea lost her man to a real woman, and Tiffany is a wannabe, and Liv Morgan, Chris Gangster, and the rest are all declaring for the Royal Rumble, but she didn't care because she's entering the Royal Rumble, and of course she is going to win, and she's getting in the ring, and Rhea Ripley drops her with a headbutt, and a brawl breaks out, and we go to break. Then, then we have a trios match, a trios tag team match, guys, a trios tag team match. Bianca Belair and Naomi and Rhea Ripley versus Candice LeRae and Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae to start, and Rhea Ripley with a delay first quick tag to the tag champions and double dropkick to set up a near fall, and Liv tagged in and double whip and double hip toss and a moonsault leg drop combo, but Liv Morgan kicks out and Bianca stacks her up in the corner and mountains punches, but Nia Jax tags in and takes control as we go to break. Then back from the break, Naomi is on the wrong side of town, and the heels work her over and kick Chloe up on the second, and X Factor takes Candice LeRae out, and the path is clear, and hot tag to Rhea Ripley's elbow on Liv Morgan, and ripcord super kick sets up a back suplex facebuster, and sliding kicks clear the apron, and the match breaks down into everyone do something cool and stuff like that, and then Liv on Rhea Ripley's back like a spider monkey, but Rhea Ripley ripties her into Nia Jax's boot and knocks Raquel off the apron, and Candice with a cold breaker into the ropes, and Bianca gets Candice LeRae up, but Liv Morgan is ready, and that's what happened right there, guys, and that's how Candice LeRae and Liv Morgan and Nia Jax won by pinfall with a crucifix pin from Candice LeRae on Bianca Belair. Then Chelsea Green is having a meltdown backstage when B-Fab and Mia Yim roll up, and Mia Yim says she has backup now, and she's feeling real good about winning the WWE Women's Championship, the WWE Women's United States Championship. I'll say it again, guys. Mia Yim says she has backup now, and she's feeling real good about winning the WWE Women's United States Championship. In fact, she wants to Nick Aldis to get a title match, and Pepper Neville tells Chelsea Green she's going to need a bigger security detail. And DIY makes their entrance as we go to break. Then we have Apollo Crews versus Johnny. I'll say it again, guys. Apollo Crews versus Johnny Gargano. Yes, guys, we have Johnny Gargano versus Apollo Crews. I'm happy that Apollo Crews is getting used now, because when freaking the old man was there, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What the hell were they doing with Apollo? Let's talk about it, guys. So Apollo Crews lights him up with forearms as off the rope, and Big Larry assists suplex connect off the rope and drop down and drop kick. And Johnny Gargano rolls to the floor, and Apollo Crews falls with a punch up, but nobody's home, and moonsaults off the apron. And Apollo Crews is fired up, but John cuts him off, and Tommaso Ciampa pats him off on his back, and Apollo Crews off the rope and boots since Larry step up, fire up, military press drop into a standing moonsault, and Johnny Gargano kicks out and trading elbows and Inzanaris, and Johnny passes him to the floor, and Tom nails him with a chop shot. Tommaso Ciampa nails him with a cheap shot and throws him back in the ring, and the motor machine guns come down, and Apollo Crews rolls him up, and Apollo Crews wins with a schoolboy pin, and that's how he defeated Johnny Gargano. Then Chica Fatu and Tonga Loa are walking backstage, and Jacob Fatu cuts a promo saying he's Gorilla and King Kong put together off the cell and all gas, no brakes. But first, his boy Tonga is going to get it. And we go to break. And then back to the break, the assist of comedians are shown in the front row, including Gabriel Iglesias, Iglesias. Then LA Knight cuts a promo on the apron after making his entrance and says the megastar is in the building, and that means there's two cross eyes halfway got held to pay, and they're not going to cost him the United States Championship without paying for it. And Tonga is not going to getting a piece, and he's getting a whole big chunk. Then we had LA Knight versus Tonga, which was a decent match, guys. Let's talk about it. Tonga hot out the gate, and Buddy rolls into the rope, and LA Knight catches him with a scoop car slam for two and putting boots onto Tonga. Action to the floor over the barricade and into the crowd. But Tonga snaps his neck over the barricade and descends his nose. And Tonga takes the barricade and diving Larry connects and back and forth. LA Knight distracted by Jacob Fatu at ringside and Tonga smashes him into the steel steps to send us to break and then back from the break. LA with a near fall and back and forth. Whip reverse and big knee from Tonga knocking Tonga to the floor and LA Knight throws him back in and trying to get him up in a backbreaker leg and Tonga slips out and jumping DDT so close up in the turnbuckle and back and forth. LA Knight knocks him down and driving elbow connect and stalking him. And Jacob Fatu gets on the apron to block the BFT and LA Knight kicks out of a schoolboy and grabs the 3-4 face lock. And that's how LA Knight won by pinfall with the BFT and defeated Tonga. Then post-match, Jacob Fatu picks LA Knight up and Samoan drops him over the announce desk, which was amazing. Then Braun Strowman comes on down and squares up with Jacob Fatu in the ring, and then holy, 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 holy shit, holy shit, yeah, baby. Then gets censored by USA. USA doesn't like that stuff. Netflix likes that stuff more. And Tonga runs interference, and Jacob Fatu charges in, but Braun Strowman steps and throws him to the floor. And then backstage, Miz is making friends with A-Town Under and says they're going to make Marine 7 and they're going to run SmackDown when Nick Elness rolls up to them and they're going to Raw. And they celebrate and leave Miz alone and afraid. And then Damian Priest makes his entrance to send us to break. Then back from the commercial, we get a promo from Nakamura about how nobody's going to beat him for the U.S. title, for the U.S. championship. You know what I'm saying? The U.S. championship, the U.S. title. But also, he's going to enter the Royal Rumble tonight. We're going to see what happens with him in the Royal Rumble tonight. Then we have Carmelo Hayes versus Damian Priest. My goodness, guys. This was good, guys. Little fun match right here. That was good, guys. That was good in my opinion. Oh, man, I'm telling you, guys. Let's talk about it, guys. Carmelo Hayes versus Damian Priest, which was a fun match. Carmelo Hayes quickly lights on his feet, and Damian Priest offers a test of strength, but he returns in a front kick and chomps and whip blocks. Damian throws him into the corner and pumps him with kicks and near falls, and Mello rolls to the ropes and back and forth as we go to the break. And back from the break, Carmelo Hayes knocks Damian Priest to the floor with a front kick and hip check, keeping him off the apron and top scroll whips him out, and Carmelo falls it. Also again, Carmelo follows all that up with a top twist lock in the ring and chomps where Damian Priest threatens to break away, and Damian Priest getting fired up and shoves front kicks and rolling elbow and a big uppercut and slams and gets a near fall action to the floor, and Damian Priest blasts him over the timekeeper's barricade back inside. Carmelo Hayes tries to rally but gets clocked when he argues with the ref, and that's how Damian Priest won by pinfall with South of Heaven. Then we had Motor Machine Guns are backstage with Nick Elness in DIY, and they inform the champions that Nick Elness has booked them a 2 out of 3 fall tag match at Royal Rumble tonight, and DIY storms off a Prince. That's going to be a banger, like I said again in my preview prediction, guys. Then we go to the break, and then back from the commercial break, Damian Priest runs into Cody Rhodes backstage, and Cody Rhodes says he's glad to have him and shakes his hand, and Damian Priest says he see him soon. And then commentary hypes up the Saturday night main event. Then backstage, Miz is trying to make friends with Andrade and tells him he's almost there and he just needs somebody to help him be the superstar that he can be. And Andrade acts like he's into it, but just kind of walks off. Then Jimmy Uso walks up and pursues at Miz before walking on. And then Carmelo Hayes talks some trash ahead of their match next week, which we'll talk about that in the next video, like I said. And then Jimmy Uso makes his entrance, and Carmelo Hayes jumps him, rolling on the ropes, and referees and road agents storm to pull Carmelo Hayes away. And then we go to the break with Jimmy Uso getting into the ring, and this was the main event, guys. This was the main event. This was the main event right here, guys, which I thought was a great main event with Jimmy Uso and Kevin Owens. I loved it. Let's talk about it. So Owens essentially felt the job with Joe T and Jimmy Uso comes out after him to cut him off. Back inside, making Jay with clubbing blows, side headlock, and shot off, shoulder block, and connects, and drops down. And Kevin Owens thinks fast and hits a suicide, throwing Jimmy Uso hard into the turnbuckle and right hands, draining him down to the ropes and to the floor. Kevin Owens with a frog splash, and we go to the break, and then back from the commercial, Kevin Owens with a head of storm up top, and Jimmy Uso cuts him up and Samoan drop for a near fall and super kick, and still no, and then Kevin Owens turning it around and waiting for him to get up and kicks to the gut, and stunner block and kick block and trading super kicks, and Jimmy Uso vicious flip into a cover nope, then off the top, nobody's home, and Owens with a super kick floats over the powerbomb, and Jimmy Uso with another kick and another near fall and a kick to the gut and blocks the stunner off the ropes and spears back up top. And Kevin Owens pulls him down and throws a heart into the post off the ropes. And Kevin Owens wins with a pop-up powerbomb, then defeats, again. Kevin Owens does the pop-up, again. Kevin Owens does the pop-up powerbomb and defeats Jimmy Uso. Then the post-match, Cody Rhodes rushes in the ring and beats Kevin Owens down. And Kevin Owens tries to stabilize, but Cody stands on him and stomps the resistance mud hole and KO with some punches, but Rhodes throws him off the ring and they keep rolling, and that's what happened right there, guys. And I give this SmackDown an 8 out of 10. It was a very good SmackDown. I thought it was very good, guys. It's just these freaking commercials, man. Just cut some slack with these commercials, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I know they have to pay, they have to get those sponsors and all of that. Like every company has to do their sponsors and stuff. So yes, guys, I give this SmackDown an 8 out of 10, guys, an 8 out of 10. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells. I'll say it again, I give this SmackDown an 8 out of 10, guys, an 8 out of 10. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, guys. And this is Christopher Jackson Denver, and we're out.